thanks for checking out my videos. Today I got a comparison video of the Flyhal FC610 versus the Enoze 9203, basically the 9200 series, both claiming their 110 scale off-roaders. So the Flyhal is monster truck style. The Enoze, the deal I got comes with this off-road buggy and an MT body. So right off the bat, I paid $100 for this one. I paid $80 for this one. Price goes to Flyhal, just to start, but the value is definitely worth it here. With the second body, you can make up the difference a little bit. But between the transmitters, I do prefer the Enoze transmitters. You get this foam pad wheel, you get a little throttle rate, steering trim, and steering rate. You got your reverse switches. This one's a little bit more basic, which isn't a problem, but I do prefer this. And the great thing about the Enoze transmitters are that they are universal binding to their own products, so I can use this on the 1/18th just fine. So you can carry around one of these if you're just running one car at a time in the Enoze family. I can't speak for this one because this is my first Flyhal, which I believe is a rebrand of HBX. I could be wrong, but definitely a rebrand of another value RC out there. Next up, wheels and tires. These are actually the stock wheels and tires that came on this one. I do prefer these. Very soft, grippy, and cushioned tires. And this is the stock Enoze wheel and tire. Hard rubber, got some grip, but it's not cushioned inside. So the wheels and tires goes to the Flyhal. Now, in true monster truck spirit, I did have to throw these monster truck tires onto here, which I think looks pretty sick. You could check out the video pictures of this in stock form, but I do like it with these tires. At least the look. I just threw them on, haven't ripped them up yet. Also, going back to the body, both of them are lighted. Enoze in the front bumper, Flyhal in the front bumper and in the top rack, which is really cool and really nice. Now let's get a look inside. Now, going into this, I had a bias because I've always liked these Enoze RCs, the whole family, 1/18th and the 110. It took me a while to grab this, but I did go into this comparison favoring this guy. And with that said, this one really surprised me, which is really cool. I'm happy about. But let's get started in the internals. Motor 550 versus a 540. Now, I did the speed runs, and they both have the same top speed, which is 17 miles an hour, I believe. But I will say this guy is punchier. It's more responsive, and it just rips a little bit harder. So that, brought about a little bit more smiles, which I like. So no knock on this. I still have a blast on this, but that's one of the surprise that I had here. Next thing up, let's power them on. And so on-off switch on the side, on-off switch on the ESC. And let's look at the Servo Performance. So Enoze Servo Performance is actually pretty good. I'm happy about that. This guy, not as good. Not bad, but not as good. But the great thing about this is it comes with a 3-wire servo, which is awesome, and I think something that these value RC companies are starting to get an idea for is upgrading them. But you can see here, So that is an upgrade that I will eventually do here. So bonus stock performance, I'd give it to the Enoze steering versus the Flyhal, but the Flyhal is upgradable, so not a problem. Next thing up, chassis or suspension. These are the stock springs on the Flyhal, and they are very good. I did not have to adjust them. I did not have to add oil to the stock setup. Very happy about that. These are not stock suspension. They're very weak. They were not filled, or they put some weird grease in there. But I did not like the setup on the stock one, so I did upgrade it to these. But even then, for some reason, I just can't get the suspension set as nicely as this just came out of the box. So suspension, I'd give it here. Another reason why I swapped these shocks is because when I was filling the rear one, I dropped the seal down the drain, and I didn't have the complete set until I find a seal replacement. But that's why this does have the upgraded shocks, which I think look sick, and that's something I would likely have done anyways. But stock shocks, Flyhal. Let's see. Well, next talk about chassis design. So I had to open this guy up just to see if anything, if it was true, all metal internals, which it is. And I was really happy about that. But in doing so, I found out what a pain in the butt it was just to remove this rear section to take a look inside. And I didn't even take it off completely. So what that means is any upgrades, any to the motor, any pinion, spur gear replacements, any rear diff replacements will be a real pain in the butt. And I got a little short clip of the opening, which I'll probably post to this video too. FC610, I believe. Got the diff opened up to take a look to see if they in fact do have metal gears as advertised. And but it is a pain just to get to inside of here. I have not done that here, but I can already see it's a lot more friendly. Probably just these top screws. They don't incorporate this whole one piece into the diff cover. As you see, it's a whole solid piece. So chassis design, my preference goes to the Enoze for upgradability and maintenance and repair. RCs break, we know that. Diffs go out, spur gears go out, which is great thing about all the hobby grades, but because of that, I do like the Enoze better. But maybe with all of this solid chassis, it could be a better performer. It's definitely more rigid than the Enoze. So it's just difference, and it could be preference, but I just foresee upgrades and maintenance to powertrain easier on the Enoze, which I appreciate. Now with this though, a bonus is if you look at the axles and axle cups, I was pretty surprised, but the Flyhal axles and axle cups look way beefier than the Enoze do. Now I haven't bashed the hell out of these, and I don't know if I will, but this just kind of gives me a little bit more assurance, or this feels like it'll be the better basher, just because of the, again, the more solid metal components. And then if you see, the plastic is actually really nice and flexible, so it will take shock pretty well compared to the Enoze, which is a lot stiffer. And then yeah, I do like the top and bottom wishbones compared to just the single on the Enoze. But those are just some things that I noticed between the two. I think they're both great value for the $80 to $100 mark. And if I honestly were to pick one at this point, knowing the two of them and having sessions on both of them, I probably actually would go with the Flyhal. And actually, shout out to Bang for Your Buck RC Reviews, because he pointed out that Amazon has a rebrand. I think the Hoseam HM110 series. I might have that wrong, but definitely check that out. So availability, which is nice through Amazon or US shippers. This I got through Amazon as well, but just knowing that both of them are options. Here's a shot of both bodies on there again. And again, I don't think you can go wrong with either, but this one really surprised me, and been having a lot of fun with it. Can't wait to try it out on the MT wheels and tires now. And actually, I can't wait to try this one out with the softer, more supple tires that came from this guy. So I think both of them tied together pretty nicely. Maybe I'll throw the MT body on here to give it a true MT duo rip. The other MT I have is the HSP 110 chassis that I built with the D12 WL Toys body. That one's pretty awesome, so I'll probably do a three-way review on that one, even though that's a little bit on the higher scale compared to these two, and I think I also built it with the brushless motor. But thanks for watching and checking out this review.